everybody, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm calling to order the Albany Parking Authority Finance Committee meeting. Present are Chairman Burke, Gordine Jones, and myself, Bill Pettit. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of our January 24th meeting?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I have a motion to accept them into the record?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Now we will review the financials. We'll turn the meeting over to Sean.
Thank you, sir.
Executive Director.
Thank you, sir. Just going to go over our goals and objectives. Sustainability to continue to promote EV chargers in public spaces. Complete the dog park at Green Hudson Garage. Financial stewardship. Continue to implement the investment policy to build long-term financial sustainability. Implement the new capital investment set aside strategy to ensure sustainable capital deployment. Innovation, build relationships with parking centered entities and attend conferences to stay informed on emerging technologies. Community, host the 10 years of Park Albany art event. Participate in Empire State Development downtown strategy workshops, meetings and open forums. Asset management, heated sidewalks project. Continue annual repairs and restoration work. And finally, organizational culture. Continue to provide professional growth opportunities. Moving into our March overview. Revenues for March came in at $813,696, with expenses coming in at $577,338, with a net income of $236,358, with our available cash being a little less than $1.4 million. Moving on to our net income history, compared to March of 2025, revenue decreased in 26 due to a lower enforcement reimbursement. Enforcement purchased new LPR systems and in the installation of, new LPR systems installation and collision repairs to a 21 GMC Terrain.
Touch on quickly the lower reimbursement.
Sure. So it was 43,000 last year. So it was just lower this year, probably for expenses were in general were just lower.
So a trend of expenses.
Yeah. Moving on to our parking revenues. Parking revenues increased compared to last month and were above projections. Daily parking increased by $50,000, with the majority of it coming from an increase in meters. As anticipated, monthly parking revenue decreased this month with the cancellation from O'Connell and Aronowitz. And event revenue decreased by $13,000, but still had a pretty solid month. Moving on to expenses. Expenses came in below projections. Several individual expenses were under budget, including some below the line items. For certain below the line items, we distributed the cost evenly across the 12-month span.
Significantly below projections.
That's right.
What were the big drivers there?
It's going to be R&R, repair and renovation work. We haven't started spending this year, but because we don't know the anticipation, they spread it out over 12 months. So that's a big driver.
It'll flatten out.
Moving on to meter revenue. Meter revenue increased in March. We had one non-snow emergency day. The following day, quickly recovered at a $14,000 day. It's mostly due to the Association of Community Living to host advocacy day at the Capitol. Standing committee public hearing and meter baggings were quite huge. I just want to point out that this was an all-time record-breaking meter month for us at $286,000. The second highest was last year at $273,000. So it's pretty huge for us.
Was it around the same time frame?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So session definitely driving that and the meter baggings. March is when we start getting a a lot of construction too.
Yeah.
So. Moving on to the daily meter, the meter daily average, again, just showing that we had a killer month. With meter revenue increasing, obviously our daily average will increase as well. And moving on to monthly and other revenue, were above projections. Monthly decreased by 10,000 in March due to the cancellation of the 47 passes from McConnell and Aronowitz. It was factored into the budget in January. Despite the loss of the account, we're already starting to see some recovery in April's financials.
Individuals
and corporate expansion. Like they're adding like two to three a month. For some of our medium accounts, that's nice.
Moving on to daily garage and lot revenue, we were below projections and revenues decreased in March compared to February. Daily revenue at the lots are consistent with current and prior year trends, but daily revenue at Green Hudson and Quackenbush Garage experienced declines compared to February. With Green Hudson experiencing the largest month-over-month decrease of $6,000. Meters experienced record high revenue, so it's possible that the customers opted for on-street versus the garage during the session. But we'll try to keep an eye on that trend. See what's driving that. I don't suspect it's anything out of the ordinary, to be honest. A revenue summary. Meter revenue came in above projections at 3%, as well as monthly and other revenue at another 3%, with daily garage and lot revenue declining by 13% or $9,000, with event revenue booming at 40% for the month of March. Some of the events for March were the NCAA division men's ice hockey, as well as Cloverfest and a UFT fixed tier 6 rally. Forgot about that. For all our tier 6 people.
Yeah.
Our 2026 first quarter versus our budget. I'm happy to report that we're actually at 26% of budget in the first quarter, 1% above where we expect it to be. With nothing significant that pops out at us. It's all pretty routine. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, but it's
Good.
yeah.
Routine is good.
Yes. And then moving on to our debt service investment account, $90,000 was transferred into this account in early March. We also transferred $45,000 to the account in early April, and it'll be reflected in next month's presentation. Moving on to our short term, no activity for the month of March. And we'll be happy to chat about what the strategy is in our regular board meeting. That's okay. And moving on to our long-term investment, again, no activity in March. We do expect to put some funds in both of these accounts this year. We're just on hold at the moment for income purposes. And then our EV charging investment account, we transferred $3,395 into this account in early March, and this is also routine. I think it was a little late coming in this time, right?
Yes, it
But
was.
we got it all straightened out. There was a little bit of just a little bit of confusion about how the payment got to us, but we ended up getting it. Always something, yeah. And then our new capital set aside investment account, we transferred $30,000 in this account in February and an additional $30,000 in early March. So we're going along with that. And that's all I have for our financial review. Do we have any questions?
Nope. They look good.
Thank you,
So
Sean.
the garage and lot being off double digits. Keep an eye on that, right? Other than that, it's really good. Well done.
So the next item on the agenda is new business. And do a quick quarterly review of the meter and enforcement revenue and expenses.
Okay, great. For our first quarter, for enforcement reimbursable expenses came in at $507,576, with our tickets issued at $1,254,593. And sorry, I'm just looking at it compared to the last
You
year.
had the numbers larger.
I was gonna say.
Sorry about that. Comparing to 2025, we're actually, it's about $20,000 more, enforcement revenue than what we had in the first quarter last year. So, Doug is right on par, and our expenses were about, $19,000 less. So, nothing too crazy popping out here.
Okay.
Good stuff. Nice job, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Good job.
I noticed that we're all given the, annual statement of financial disclosure. I've filled them out and sent them to Stephanie at your earliest convenience. Okay, executive session. Do we need to go into executive session?
I don't believe
Don't
so.
have any.
All right. Thank you. Well, then I think we are adjourned. If we have a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Well done.
Thank you.
3 minutes.
That was great.
So now we can't start on 20.
8:45.